Hello and welcome back to Point to Play Games for some more Tangle Tower. Last time we managed to make our way over here. Detective Grimoire made some ridiculous assumptions, and we managed to open a Fabergé egg, this golden little beautiful looking egg right here, just to find out there's nothing in it. However, with that, what we're going to do now is we are going to
Supposedly, Freya was working on the painting when she was killed.
start looking at everything else.
Looks like she was still holding her paintbrush and palette when she fell.
Didn't even get a chance to clean her brush.
Interesting. The palette has a variety of paints loaded onto it. The largest is a blob of black in the middle. The paintbrush is still covered with dried red paint. Interesting. Interesting. I guess my question is, are we right to assume that that's dried red paint? As opposed to actually being dried blood? Anyways, we still have a gramophone to look at, some art supplies, and then we have to talk to Flora.
Is that a gramophone?
I think so. Except it's got a tape deck instead of a turntable.
It's also got a big crack down the middle.
It plays cassette tapes instead of a vinyl record. It's pointed towards the middle of the room. There's a noticeable crack running through it, all the way from the horn down through the tape deck. I just thought of something.
What about the cassette tape?
Apparently I didn't have to say it.
Yeah, it sure is. Pink.
To Freya. The cassette tape has a crack down the middle. There's a handwritten message on the label to Freya. Oh, I was referencing the other cassette tape that we found in the water. This one.
Do you think it still works?
The gramophone? We could give it a go.
Well, I guess we might as well, right? Let's give it a shot.
It's piano music.
It's a recording of piano music. It plays for a short while before stopping. Interesting. Okay, so I guess there was nothing really in there. Let's see if the damaged one works at all.
Weird.
It's someone humming a tune.
Interesting. It's a recording of someone walking outdoors. A distorting humming melody can be heard. Interesting. Alright, well, we still have a few other things to look at.
Freya's painting supplies.
Small glass of pots of red, yellow, blue, black, and white paint. The glass pots are all... jeez. The glass pots are all cracked down on one side.
Freya's painting supplies.
Still the same stuff, that's fine.
A bunch of old books. Covered in dust now, but they look well read.
Alright, it looks like it's just time to talk to Flora.
Flora... Fellow?
Hey, sorry to barge in. I'm sure you're still in some distress.
We need to ask you a few questions, I'm afraid.
Did you witness the murder, Flora?
Nothing. What do we do?
Not sure. She's entitled to her silence, I suppose.
For now.
Encounter yourself yesterday.
Flora...
I see,
Hey, I'm
okay.
sure
So I'm gonna
we
click
do.
through this real quick.
Nothing. What do we do?
Not sure. She's entitled.
Yeah.
So, encounter is literally the initial encounter that we have with her.
Is there anything you'd like to tell us, Flora? I don't really know anything about you at all.
I think that's the way she likes it. We'll just have to ask other people about her.
Yeah, okay.
Well, she is a pain, isn't she?
Freya was painting your portrait yesterday. Is that right?
Was this something you had planned with her ahead of time?
Was there something special about yesterday?
Did you talk to Freya at all while she was painting you?
She's not going to answer us, is she?
Nope. But at least we can say we tried.
I don't have to make a statement.
Flora, you were definitely in the room at the time of the murder. Surely you must have seen something? Can you tell me anything about what happened to Freya? She's acting pretty suspicious if you ask me.
I don't know. Maybe she really doesn't know anything.
How is that possible?
Okay. Well, that's a start of absolutely nothing. Thanks for nothing, Flora.
That's the only door in and out of the room.
It's also on the floor.
Sure is. Guessing it's not supposed to be down there.
Well, I guess it's time to keep moving around the area, check some other things out. There's a man here. He looks asleep.
A hammock. It's kind of worn out.
I would politely describe it as lived in.
A little hand-painted statue.
How can you tell it's hand-painted?
Well, the paints are right there on the desk. Also, I mean, no offense, but you can just tell.
Okay, a wooden carving of a man holding a sword. The model has been hand-painted, but the paint is not skillfully applied. Yellow, blue, black, and white paints were found nearby. I can't help but notice it has red, though. And yet there's no red.
Nice. A real treasure chest.
How do you know there's treasure in there?
Why else would it be locked? Plus, there's a treasure map hanging directly above it.
Interesting.
What's the deal with that painting on the front?
Not sure. We should check that treasure map too.
I see, so we need to use the treasure map to discover the combination. Oh, great. Alright. So... Well, this is interesting. Let me see. So, alright, on a serious note now. We have... What? Alright, here's what I'm not getting. I guess, what are we supposed to figure out? Oh, I see. Okay, so we need to keep looking around until we have one that actually matches. It appears, maybe. So, like, we're looking for one where... Are we looking for one that matches? So we must be looking for the correct X, right? Now if I was to make a supposition, the X we're looking for has to have the tree. Maybe it's this one right here. Like, this feels right? Because if we look at this, you have this far away. Yeah, you have this far away. Then you have this, and you have this, and then you have the X. But then again, what if that's not correct? And I say that because the like sea monster, if you will, and the rock aren't actually on the same level. A1N. I mean, we might as well try it, right? So I for so what is it? Take the... So if it's I for H? Okay, hold on. So our options for this are only E and... are E, N, S, W. E, N. I say S? There isn't even an S. S, W. So E or N. I am so confused. I don't know.
Nothing.
Did you check the treasure map for clues? And what about that painting on the chest itself?
What am I just not exactly getting? Is the new question of the day. So, the first two, I can only assume are the location of the X. But what's the last one? It also only has two options, really, E and N. And the first one has all of the letters. So what are we trying to compile, I guess? Like, we must be looking for the... Someone's probably yelling at their screen right now. Like, and they know exactly what the answer is. And I'm just sitting here flipping back and forth between the two, absolutely clueless. So what is it that we're trying to do here?
I'll
Okay.
come back later.
We'll think about that. Let's keep looking around the room a little bit.
What is it?
He's an imp.
What does he do?
Well, if you tell too many lies, he appears at the end of your bed in the middle of the night.
Oh. A pencil drawing of a mountain on a moonlit night.
Mood.
Okay.
Shelf junk.
Let's talk to this guy.
Sir? Can you hear me? I'm Private Detective Grimoire. I have some questions for you.
Grimoire. Good mysterious name. I'd rather like it. Felix Fellow at your beck and call.
And, this is my colleague, Sally.
Yeah, that's a perfectly good name as well.
Thanks.
If you would, Mr. Fellow, we really need to ask you about the murder.
Well, I must say I'm rather jealous of you two.
Oh, yeah? Why's that?
Out here solving mysteries, exploring new places, uncovering secret rooms, hidden treasures. That's what life is all about.
Secret rooms?
Generally speaking, you know, that sort of thing.
Okay, let's talk about yourself.
So, Felix, what exactly do you, do?
Is it not obvious? I'm an explorer. Explorer / treasure hunter. Yes, well, best in the world.
We're talking like curse statues, spike pits.
It's a little more sophisticated than that. But I've certainly seen my share of danger, if that's what you're asking.
And, if I may ask, when did you retire?
You listen here. I may be between ventures right now, but it's simply not in my nature to stay in one place for too long. I go wherever the winds of destiny take me.
Don't you live here with your wife and daughter?
Yes, well, the Fellow family has certain loyalties, and with Flora the way she is...
Nothing wrong with raising a family, Mr. Fellow.
Don't misunderstand me. Fiona and Flora are my entire world. They are the greatest treasure of all.
Uh-huh.
Alright, let's talk about yesterday.
Why on earth would you want to know about that?
The murder of Freya Fellow. The reason we're here?
Ah, right. Nasty business. Very unfortunate. I regret that I can't be of any help. But I wish you all the best in your investigation.
Hear that, Grimoire? We're done here. Let's go.
It's a simple question, Felix. I'm sure you're up to it.
Well, there's not much to tell. Mostly, I was in my room by myself, working on Flora's, working on a project.
Your room is quite close to Flora's tower. You didn't hear anything unusual?
What qualifies as unusual?
What have you got?
Let's make a statement.
It was dusk. A feeling lingered in the air. Malevolent, perhaps. Uncertain as life itself.
Abridged version, please.
Right. Fine. I heard someone heading down the stairs, just outside my room. The footsteps were calm, orderly, so I thought nothing of it. Shortly afterward, I heard a second set of footsteps, going the same way. This time I could tell just from the sound that something was wrong. So I looked out into the hallway. I got a glimpse of Poppy disappearing down the staircase to the floor below. Didn't know what to make of it, to be honest. I thought perhaps she'd had a disagreement with Fitz, as I know those two are close. So I looked into his room, just in case, but it was empty, as was the garden beyond his window. back in the hallway, I bumped into a very concerned-looking Penelope. She was heading up Fellow Tower to find Professor Pointer, so I escorted her. We went into Flora's room. Poor Freya was laying on the floor. Fiona, Poppy, Fitz, and Pointer were there already. Flora, too, of course. Soon enough, everyone else made their excuses and left.
Including you?
Not I. I stayed. Flora needed me.
Okay, that's very interesting. There's definitely something going on here, although that's a good story and something to compare to. So I want to look at this again.
A real treasure lighthouse. Plus, there's a treasure.
So I just had a thought. What if we're thinking, or I, rather, am thinking too up and down? Like, this is a map, right? It goes left, right, down. Like, we could be looking in any direction. Nothing going north fits. So what if we look in the other directions? So if you look here to the east, no, this doesn't quite work because it doesn't have anything, right? Or it doesn't have anything correct. Same with this or this. Sorry, this is going to the west, obviously. So if we go to the west, no, east, no, west, no, east, no. So let's really simplify this. So we need a tree to be above the island. We need a... Oh, and that makes sense. Hold on. This is... Okay, someone probably already figured this out, but I just did northwest, southeast, right? It's northeast, southwest. This is the cardinal direction. So we know nothing northward works. So, again, let's check to the west. So the west of this one does have the palm tree, but it doesn't have the correct other ones. There's no palm tree, no palm tree. Here's the palm tree, but nothing. But only one piece is correct. Palm tree, but... And with... Again, not so much. This one... I think it's this one. So we have the X. Here's the palm tree. There's the birds in front of the palm tree. Or above the palm tree, or in between. We have the close one. We have the far piece. So this would be H6W.
That's done it.
Nice.
Neat. What was in the box?
More wooden models. These are a little different to the one on the desk.
That's interesting. A model resembling a child with green hair, a model resembling a woman with gray hair, a model resembling a red and white bird, a model resembling a broad-shouldered man. The wooden models have been hand-painted. The paint is not skillfully applied, and a pot of red paint and a brush is lying nearby. The brush has some dried red paint on it. I think he was making these. Interesting. Anyways, unfortunately, we're out of time for today. We have definitely made minimal progress, but it's some progress nonetheless, as we discover that Flora just doesn't speak, and then we have Fitz over here, who gave us an idea of maybe what had transpired, or at least in terms of timing. But either way, after breaking into someone's box, it sounds weird, after breaking into a treasure chest by discovering the combination, it's all the time we have for today, which I may have said, but I'm saying it again. It's all the time we have for today, so thank you very much for joining me here at Point to Play Games, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Goodbye.